All right, I am going to just keep running with this. I am out of control today. I feel like Dr. Brian, my dear doctor friend of adjectives, verbs, and dangling participles. So, in The Law of Attraction by Neville Goddard Group, Dr. Brian has put up a series of posts. He's currently on the fourth part of his three-part series, and in one of the little bits, he talks about getting a beer. He actually talks about being given a beer. And I immediately got that Dr. Brian isn't imagining the beer being a sacrifice out of somebody's hard-earned money. He's not imagining that it's, the bar, they deserve the money. None of this stuff. No deservingness, no hard-earned, no struggle. And I admit it, right? I stole one of his replies and I made my own post. I had to. Because I put up some comments and I thought, you know what? This shit deserves its own post. It honors Brian. It drives people to his original post. It makes sure that they don't miss this tiny little bit that they might miss in the comments, because a lot of people don't read comments. Yeah. But here's the cool thing. Ready? I imagine my people doing phenomenally. I just do. I can't help it. Because in my world, there is no such thing as lack. What there is attitude. Can you hear it? But there's no such thing as lack. Well, except for when lack's useful. See, when I drink my coffee, I lack being lonely, so I actually taste the coffee. We've talked about this. When I go to the dog park and come home, I lack being concerned about what has Victoria been doing, who has she been talking to. See, I'm a happy, loving, and loved husband. So there are some things I lack. Lack is a very powerful tool. But meanwhile, use it as a tool, not as a weapon. But you see, Dr. Brian lacked something when he did all this. He lacked making it a struggle. He simply enjoyed being given a beer. See, it's like when I go and I put up a little thing about getting like $180 worth of lamb for $100. What happens to me is I imagine my people doing really well. I'm talking really well. And so today is Sunday in Australia. And let me tell you what I imagined. I did my Joseph Goddard before getting up. And I imagine my people at the market doing really well. Right? I don't buy into time's tough. We don't know what's coming. Got to stock up. Got to hold on to the cash. Right? You see, there's this thing called an economy. And an economy happens with movement. When there's movement, there's economy. When there's no movement, there's stagnation. When there's no movement, there's sewage. When there's no movement, it's stuck. It's like swimming in a swamp. Not a fan. Dream-driven day kids, you know what I'm talking about. See, a lot of people are waiting for the calm after the storm. They're waiting for it to be over, and then they'll imagine something lovely. Then they'll make a decision to move forward. Right? That's called selling the pearl. And I've talked to you. I've shared how I had one Imaginal Act that ended the vaccinated versus unvaccinated economy where we live. 27 million people, 1.5 million of us, because we chose not to get the jab, were punished. Weren't allowed to get a haircut. Weren't allowed to go even shopping for anything but groceries for a while. Couldn't go out to eat. Couldn't go to the gym. Couldn't get your nails done. You know how I love getting my nails done. But all that changed because I changed one little Imaginal Act. Right? I did what I teach. I found myself imagining parking at the parking lot, the pool parking lot, to walk the puppies. And then I revised that Imaginal Act. I said, no way. I park in that parking lot to go to the pool. And I felt parking to walk into the pool. And you hear the knowing, you hear the attitude. 3 hours later, the dictator here, Dictator Dan is what I call him, right? He said, hey, I was going to wait till November. Right? But since it's April, we're going to end the vaccinated economy. And I went, sweet. 3 hours later, 1.5 million, 1.3 million lives changed. One Imaginal Act. Having fun yet? Because here's the deal, guys. In my world, there is no lack unless I buy into it. There is no lack unless I use it as a tool. I decided to lack being angry about it. I decided to lack being a victim about it. I decided to experience the richness of walking into my pool, seeing my people doing my thing, right? I just love it. I do all these Edo Portal kind of things in the pool. Doing them on dry land is a little tough for me, but not for long. Boy, I have lost so much weight. My strength, going through the roof, and I'm having fun. Can you hear it? Meanwhile, Dr. Brian, he doesn't imagine that it's a sacrifice for the man to give him a beer. He experiences the joy of the gift. Have you ever given somebody something? You know how good it feels to freely give. On the other hand, you know what it's like? Well, I got to get my shit together. Well, something has to happen first before I can get something. Radio. See, I don't buy into the price of meat's going through the roof. I go into radio. Just the other week, I got these top shelf little T-bones, right? These little T-bone steaks, lamb, for what the shit chops sell for, right? I just walked into the butcher, and he just made up a special. And he said, I don't know why we did this, but they made these minted little T-bones and little chump chops. Those are the two that Victoria and I love the best. It's like, yep, how much? Give me a kilo, right? And they say, it's $25 a kilo. And I'm thinking, man, that's the price of the cheap chops, right? In the other store. For whatever reason, I go there today. See, you get to let it be play. You get to stop buying into bullshit. You get to buy the pearl. So here's the deal, guys. We did 3 calls last month. Election day. Because I don't buy into politics. I buy the pearl. And it started with one little call I was going to do about the pearl of great price. That turned into 3. The 3 we put up for a pack. Right? PearlPowerPack.com. You can get all 3 for the price of 1. You can have hours of me talking to you. Not just talking to you like this, but live group play. There's something about live group play. We haven't done calls in years. We're going to do a couple this month. We've got Dream Driven Day kicking off next month. But if you really want to dive into the pearl of great price, if you want to stop having hit and miss, if you want to stop skipping, if you want to skip struggle, buy the pearl. PearlPowerPack.com. You can read about 21,000 emails. Prove something. Anyway, PearlPowerPack.com. Have a lovely day. Thanks for listening. And I think I'll do one more based upon what I'm seeing here, like in my emails and stuff this morning. See ya. All right, I am going to just keep running with this. I am out of control today. I feel like Dr. Brian, my dear doctor friend of adjectives, verbs,